Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is the evening of April 12th, and it is the day before opening day of spring turkey season here in Virginia. And I have spent the past couple of weeks getting out to various pieces and properties that I have access to, figuring out where these birds are hanging out, figuring out how many gobblers are around, and making note of their roost locations and all the sign and all that. And it's been a pretty successful couple weeks. I've located a ton of gobblers on public and private, and hopefully that transitions into some success in the woods this season. I am headed out to public this evening to a spot that I've killed on before, but no real expectations of roosting any tonight. It's been windy all day, and it's gonna probably stay windy through the evening till sundown. My dad is on another spot on this public piece about 4 or 5 miles away, roosting some birds. So we'll see if either of us get any idea where to go this opening day. We've had some success the past couple of years on opening day despite some bad weather, and this is actually the first year where it won't be cold or rainy on opening day. It will be super windy still, so we'll see how that affects them, but the first couple hours of the morning should be okay. Either way, I'm going to be out to this spot. It'll be about a 30-minute hike in, and then get to a good listening spot and just keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully we can roost some for tomorrow morning. So stay tuned.
Still about a half hour before sunrise, just about legal shooting light. And I'm in that spot I was in last night. Roosted one, despite the wind, and he's hammering this morning, right on the other side of this drainage. We'll see what he does. I don't know if he'll fly down to this side, but it's already an exciting start to the morning. Definitely windy, but it's not too bad down in this bottom. Got my dad out here with me today, and let's see if we can continue on last year's opening day success. So, fingers crossed. Let's enjoy the opening day morning. Well, as usual, they didn't do what we expected, and they went straight up the mountain. And there were two. We were thinking about where we're going to make our next move, and we see two hunters making their way about 50 yards away from us. So we just chatted with them in the same parking area as us. We were the first ones there this morning. They walked in right behind us, and they're gonna go one way, we're gonna go the other. Just hope they stay safe out here. So we're gonna make a move. Birds went way up in the mountain. So see if we can't catch up with them, cut them off, and hopefully get the job done. Stay tuned. Well, y'all, it is about 10 to 8, and we circled back to where we started the morning. These turkey, the two of them were roosted next hill over, about 200 yards away or so, and ran into two hunters who walked in on us. Then we went one way, they went the other. They went down this way. We walked back up this ridge to the mouth of this drainage behind us and bumped into two more hunters. And their turkeys have all but shut up, so last gobbles we heard were somewhere in this general direction towards private land, so we're sitting about a handful of yards off the private property line. Just being patient and enjoying the morning. It's not as windy down in here, and hopefully we can hear them if they fire back up. So just gonna keep our ears peeled and keep our ears open. See how this morning goes. We got close, but that's hunting. Gobble off camera just now. It's about 8:45. Kinda in the same spot he was when we last heard him. Only issue is that there was, at least about 45 minutes ago, there was a group of hunters in this exact direction that he's gobbling from. So we can't go far. We're hoping that they kind of moved away. We're going to try to find a setup here.
it has been about 45 minutes since we had that little piece of action there. These turkey we set up on aren't really gobbling too much anymore. Kind of know why now, but we had a gobble response to my call up the hill from here where we last heard them before we crossed the drainage behind me. So we were set up pointed that way. Tried to get them a gobble again. Thought they would be coming in. Ended up 15 minutes later, heard them gobble again, and they were here now. So they had worked down the hill. And it was less than a couple minutes after that, I heard footsteps and caught a glimpse of them coming to our left. And I'm not sure how much footage I got on the main camera, but we counted at least 3 gobblers, 4 turkey total. Sucks to get them in that close. They walked kind of off to our left and got inside of 20 yards. But there's a lay down here, and with me turned to my left, Dad was turned to his left, and there's a lot of saplings in here. We just couldn't get a clear shot on them. It's heartbreaking, but they got a little uncomfortable coming to this spot, expecting to see a hen and not seeing one. They all just kind of turned around and walked right back out the way they came. We never had a real clear shot. They were in range for a while, but you know, got to make a safe, clean shot on these animals, and we just didn't have it. Sucks, but that's part of it. So it's just about 11 o'clock now, and the only gobbles we heard on this piece of the property were those from this area. So it's right to assume that those were all the gobblers that we had on the roost this morning, and got only an hour left to hunt. So we're just going to end up walking out of here and calling it quits for the day. Turkey won this battle. It was a lot of fun this morning. Had some run-ins with hunters. It seems like all of them left by now because we haven't heard any other calling. So I'm just going to head on out. Confident for next time. Frustrated it didn't work out, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So hopefully we can get back out here tomorrow or somewhere else on public and bring you guys a really good hunt. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, everyone. It's just about 6 a.m. on April 15th. It's the second day of Virginia's turkey season. I took yesterday off just to spend some quality time with loved ones, and back out this morning. It's a beautiful day, super calm, and it's going to be an awesome morning. I'm really excited to be out. I originally went to the same spot my dad and I were in on opening morning, and there were a few guys camping out there in the parking lot. Talked with them, and went the other way. Said good luck and headed out to this spot. This is another spot I'm excited about hunting, and I have a lot of history with. Gotten a lot of chances out of here. My dad shot a couple too, but despite all the chances, I haven't shot one off this particular spot. They are around here every season. I was out Friday morning before the season opened, and there were 2 roosted within 200 yards of this spot, so they definitely use the area. The real question is, are they still here? First gobble should be any second, so I'm going to keep my ears open and listen for the first one in the morning. It's just after 6:30. Moved to the next hill over. I heard that gobbler somewhere down in this area. Not too far, but definitely far enough where I felt comfortable making a move. I got up to the side. Just been listening. That was my first calling sequence. And haven't heard a gobble. It might be that I'm too low on this face. Might need to get up a little higher, wrap around. Just listen. I just want to make sure he's not so close, so I'm just gonna keep moving through the woods and seeing if I can catch up with him.
bird, baby. Got a freaking bird. Little old bird. Come on, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes, sir. First of the season, baby. Let's go. Let's go. God, that setup was perfect. All that was perfect. Every ounce of that was perfect. Oh, how does it get better than this? How does it get better than this? Keep thinking how lucky I am to be able to do this. And it just kind of went all right today. And these are these hunts I'm gonna look back on and really value them, because it's not very often that it all goes right. I got out to another spot on this public way early. It was just after 4:30 when I pulled into this parking lot, and there were already 2 trucks and 3 tents with 3 guys, and they have been hunting all weekend. Told me they shot a jake down in the spot. It's the same area where my dad and I were opening morning, and there's definitely gobblers out there, plenty of turkey. They got on a jake, and we're lucky enough to harvest them, and they were going back out. So it's only a few 100-acre chunk over there, so I let them be, and I have options out here. I spend enough time pre-season scouting to know a few spots I can go to where I can have a chance of getting one, and it just panned out perfectly this morning. I got to this spot. It's a little easier hike in, and only takes about 15 minutes to get to where I want to go. I was listening. It was a quiet start to the morning, and I caught a distant gobble right around 10 after 6, and realized he was a little ways away, so I had to make a quick move. Jumped over to the next mountain, which is right about where I am now, and then wrapped around the edge. Luckily he was gobbling enough where I kind of had a real good idea, and I know this mountain pretty well. I had a good idea how close I could get to him. So I made my move, and it was a little thick coming around this edge, but it clears up on this top. I'm about 75 yards away from where I shot him. It clears up on this top, and they do spend a decent amount of time down here, and we're right on the edge of a pretty old clear cut. And it seems like he roosted here. There's some scratch. Went the opposite direction, but when I made a move on him and started calling, he turned right back around. He was above me in this clear cut, and where I set up, the reason I picked that spot instead of coming out to this open is in case he came above me, which he did. That spot over there is right on the backside of a pretty sharp drop off and big rocks, so he would have had to go around that instead of coming right over it, and that's exactly what he did. He came around it. He was inside of 20 yards. Gave him a little yelp and pulled the trigger. It was just perfect. I heard him spitting and drumming. I hope the camera picked it up. He was drumming hard coming in, and that's how I knew exactly where he was going to be coming out at. It was pretty awesome to be able to experience that. Like I said, it's a real good time when it all goes right. This is such a good feeling right now, because if you guys have followed, last year I hunted this property pretty hard towards the end of the season, and I was actually right up in this clear cut a couple days before the end of the season last year, and had a gobbler come in, spit, and worked off to my left, and I thought I missed my opportunity. Turned to the camera, and in the background you could see him walking back through the opening. Definitely blew that opportunity, and it's been eating at me since last season. And there's no telling if this is the same gobbler or not, but I like to think he is, and that he may have won that battle, but I won the war, and it feels good to learn from my mistakes and get back out here and make adjustments and get the job done. It's such an awesome time of year to be in the woods, and I just feel so blessed to have this so close to me and to be able to get out here so much. There's not many places I'd rather be in April. I'm just gonna sit here, enjoy the view, soak it all in, and start thinking about how to get out of here. guys, I appreciate all y'all following along. Stay tuned. This isn't going to be the last video of the season, and got a lot more hunting opportunities in my future, so stay tuned, keep your eyes out for some new videos, and I appreciate all y'all watching. I'll see you from the woods next time.